Hello. Welcome to my room. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I decided to become a teacher. So my story starts like most teachers in that it started with a teacher. My fifth grade teacher made an incredible impact on how I make decisions in life. And so I decided then that I wanted to have this amount of impact on children in the future. And so now I'm going to tell you how I came to that conclusion. Unfortunately, this story isn't the happiest, as feelings were hurt in the process, but it is the case, so just bear with me. So one day I'm playing on the playground after school with some friends, and this one girl rides by the fence by the playground, and she's riding home, and one of the guys on the playground suggests that I yell out to her that she's fat and ugly because that would be funny. To everyone's dismay, mostly the girls, I did yell out after her, calling her fat and ugly. I didn't think about my actions until a few days later when my fifth grade teacher pulled me out of class and asked me what I knew or if I have anything to say about what I had done. At this, I had no idea what he was talking about. I was a good student. I was a good kid. I stayed out of trouble. I had never been sent to the principal's office. And so I kind of was at a loss. I was like, I don't know what I've done. What do you think that I did? So my teacher cut to the chase and was like, look, Miranda's been going home crying every day for the past few days to a week because you apparently called her fat and ugly. And at that moment, my heart sank. Because I did do that. That was me. And I didn't remember doing it because I didn't consider her feelings in that moment. And so my heart just sank. I felt so horribly that this girl was going home crying because of me, because of something that I did, an action that I decided to take. Whether or not it was my idea, I did it. So the punishment for me was to find out ways to make it up to her, be nice to her, write her letters, get her gifts, basically just apologize for every day for the next week. I talked to her and we worked it out. It was fine. I sincerely apologized. But what my teacher had to say about making right decisions was much more impactful. Not only did he address the issue, which I feel like a lot of teachers might have avoided or kind of skirted, like called attention to it and left it there. No, he pulled me aside, but not only he made this extended metaphor about good seeds and bad seeds. So basically these good seeds and bad seeds are planted by you metaphorically every time you make a decision, and these decisions are good or bad, right? So every time you make a good decision, you're planting a good seed. Every time you make a bad decision, you're planting a bad seed. Pretty self-explanatory, right? What the catch is that when you keep making the same decisions, you don't keep planting new seeds, that seed grows. So say for instance, you're telling the truth is a good decision, is a virtue that you can work on and practice. The more you tell the truth, the stronger that seed grows into a tree, and then you get into the habit of doing that, right? Unfortunately, the same thing can happen with bad seeds. Every time you tell a lie, for instance, that seed corresponding to the lie that you told will get stronger, and its roots will get deeper into the earth, the metaphorical earth, every time you lie. And these seeds have the capability of getting so rooted in and growing into giant, healthy, strong trees that they become harder to get rid of later on. So the extended metaphor is about practicing what it is that is good, and keep practicing those things so that you get in the habit, so that it's just your default nature. It's just in your nature that you do things. It's your reaction. You don't want your immediate reaction or your default to be lying, stealing, not dealing with your issues. You want to not have vices. You want to practice your virtues. And while no one's perfect, my teacher helped me become a better person. So, in the instance of the playground incident and calling a girl horrible names, I clearly wasn't a good person in that moment, but my teacher took that moment and made it into a learning experience, and it worked. I learned from it. I stopped calling people names. I don't think I did before then, but I definitely didn't do that afterwards. He installed a sense of empathy throughout this lesson, and he set my moral compass straighter than it was before. If had someone asked me to do something like that again, I would say no, absolutely not. That would hurt someone's feelings. And so it was because of my teacher's compassion and understanding and ability to level with me and talk me through this instead of just making me a bad person. Like, you are bad for having called this girl these names. You are a bad student. Like that I feel like a lot of teachers can end up doing. He took the moment and helped me and decided to teach me the right thing to do instead of reprimanding me for doing the wrong thing. And that's what I want to help kids do in the future. I want to help them see what the right decision is, even after they've made the wrong decision. How are they supposed to know? How was I supposed to know? I did it for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I want to have that impact on students because my teacher saw in me the ability to understand. And I think that all kids have that ability. Some are harder than others. Some don't need as much guidance. Every kid's different. But I want to be there for every one of my students. And I want to be that teacher for students that my 5th grade teacher was for me. I want to help create better humans. So that's my story. Thank you so much for watching and listening.